Hi everyone and welcome back to the online art room again. This week we are going to draw our favourite zoo animal. So this week I've chosen a zebra to draw, and I'm going to ask that you guys can choose whatever animal is your favourite. So I'm going to start off, and I have a photo here of a zebra, and in the photo I need to look at it in terms of its shape. So I have my 6 shapes as always all blocked out on my board, and I'm going to now kind of try and represent the sizes of all the shapes that I see on the zebra's face on my page here. So I'm going to start off first, and I can see that the head is an oval shape, and I'm going to try and match that. So I can see that there is an oval shape about there, as you can see, and the neck is maybe like a rectangle, which is going to go like so. The zebra's cheek is rounded, and I'm going to try and create a rounded line there, which will curve into my oval. The eye, I can see, is about there, so I'm going to draw a circle shape with a triangle on the side. So it kind of looks like the eye from the side angle. I can also see that there's a little smaller triangle there on the eye. And the zebra has a shape like a letter 8 or a number 8 for its pupil. I can see that it has an ear, which I'm going to draw as a triangle shape. And that's the inside part, and it also has a side part which connects into the neck. It has another ear tip here, which is a little triangle, and then it also has the mane, which is a series of spikes growing off the page. The nose, I can see, is almost like a backward 6, and its mouth is a straight line. And now I have a very, very basic zebra shape. I'm going to use a thicker marker now to outline everything. Okay, so I'm now looking again in more detail. I can see that the lips are kind of curved, and that the zebra actually has a little bit more of a chin. And maybe the neck is sort of sloping out more. The ear has a little shape at the back. And I can see that there is a black muzzle shape there. So I've got my outline now, and I'm going to then start drawing in the stripes and the pattern that I can see. So the first main stripe I see is there is one kind of here. And the stripes are very abstract and unique to every zebra that you'll find. And you just need to pick the first stripe that you can see, and then that will help you to draw all of the other stripes after that. And I'm just using my marker to help me to not get confused. And you can see that I'm drawing both sides of all of my stripes, and I'm just blocking them in roughly with the black marker. And look for if they're wide stripes or if they're thin stripes, and try and match them as best you can. And the stripes will match into the neck and the mane as well. So try and be watching out for any of those details that you can see. Okay, now in the background of my drawing, I can see that there is lots of sort of plants and leaves. So I'm going to draw some of those shapes that I can see. And you can decorate your background whatever way you like as well. Now, for my rest of my drawing, I am going to start using some oil pastels so that I can actually colour in everything. So with the white oil pastel, I'm just going to give a quick layer to the white shapes on the zebra's body, just to kind of give it a nice texture. Okay, I'm going to just leave that to one side, and then I've got some grey as well, because there are some grey points on my zebra's body too, especially on its nose area here. I'm going to use the grey to maybe shade some of the areas that you wouldn't maybe see, because the black, if I do the whole thing as black, it's going to be very dark and very hard to see everything. So if I kind of have some grey mixed with the black, it'll be a shade and you can see some of the more kind of details. So I'm going to use the grey then to kind of mix areas on the face of the zebra. And then I will draw in the detailed shapes then on the face. And in the main, I'm going to try and get some texture. And with the black, I can even draw into kind of the white sections just to kind of create a little bit of texture too. Okay, I'm going to do some texture inside the ear, and I can use some grey on that for some shading. And then the main, that's black, I'm going to draw the black sections in there. Now, the zebra that I can see in the photo kind of has a little bit of a brown tinge on the tips of the hair, and they're not pure black all over. Some parts of the brown can be seen through, where on the tip of the nose and stuff, where the black has kind of gone a little bit more kind of bleached in the sun. And I can see that the zebra's eye is slightly orange. And then for the rest of the detail on the eye, I'm going to draw in the pupil. And then with the white, I'm going to use a little tiny bit of white just to kind of put a little shine on the eye. Now, for my background colours, I'm going to pick some nice dark green. And I'm going to fill in this kind of olive shade of green in the entire kind of background area. Because behind this zebra in its enclosure in the zoo, it is got some green bush, and I know I can't see much detail, so I'm going to do a blurry background on that. So there's layer number one. Then I'm going to find another layer of another shade, and this one is broken, so I'm going to use it on its side so it'll cover really nicely, and it's going to add just another shade and another texture where I'm filling up my page like so. And I can see that I have this kind of grey green, and I'm going to use that as well to kind of fill in. And I'm using that kind of to darken my background in areas. To really build up the layers that I can see. And then on my leaf, I'm going to maybe use some yellows and some lighter greens where they're going to brighten up the picture then. So I'm going to give this leaf a layer of a middle green. And then over that, I'm going to use the yellow to blend that all together. And block in kind of a very bright shade. I'm going to do a yellow layer on top of this leaf. And over that, I might give it a shade of mint green. So I'm trying to have a dark background, and the leaves that I can see on top of the dark background are just going to be kind of brighter so that they create a nice contrast. And then for my final little leaf up here, I'm going to give it a layer of this bright green mixed with the mint shade as well over it. And that's just going to give it a nice kind of, every leaf then is going to have a slightly different color and a slightly different texture. So now I'm looking for a really dark green or maybe a blue. So I can't see a very dark green in my palette, so I'm going to use some blue instead. And with the blue, that's going to mix into the green that's underneath it, and it's going to darken it. So I can use that then to draw in the different veins in the leaves that I have to create a finish to my drawing. So you can see there now that I have finished my zebra drawing. I've got some shading, I've got some nice clear shapes, and I've got some nice tones as well. So I can't wait to see what you guys create for your favorite animal this week. So see you soon. Bye everyone.